Hey Leute, willkommen zurück zu Let's Play Tales of Berseria.
Take a look at this.
Das letzte Mal waren wir hier stehen geblieben,
Scout ship.
nachdem wir endlich wieder auf Titania gekommen sind, weil wir...
From the way you were talking, it seemed like you had an idea of who was behind the riot. What happened here?
I'd think someone in your position would know.
There were reports of a large riot, but I was caught up in chasing you, so I heard little else.
It was a small affair, really. Velvet Rokurou and I were being held on this island. Velvet instigated the other prisoners to riot so that we could escape.
She used the prisoners?
Yeah. You'd expect different from me?
How did it end?
We didn't stay to see, but the prisoners were losing badly. At least, that's what it looked like. But if that was the case, then where did all the exorcists go?
I know Oscar left to report the incident, but the other guards should have remained at their posts.
Well, if they didn't flee, we have to assume they were all killed.
By this headless night, perhaps? Well, no sense losing our heads, I suppose. But it looks like we're in for a heck of a fight.
All we have to do is mop up anyone who's left.
Genau.
What was it called? Venomization, right? The dark ritual of making demons feed on each other to birth stronger ones.
Eisen, how many demons does the ritual require?
It's more a matter of quality than quantity. Stronger demons mean more powerful malevolence.
The ritual mixes the victor's malevolence with that of the devoured, creating a terrible, bloodthirsty monster. You see, the newfound power comes at a great cost. With it, the victor's last vestiges of self-control are stripped away.
So it's something even more than a monster. A seething ball of pure power and malevolence.
Rokurou, don't tell me you're considering it for yourself.
Of course I am. I'll consider anything that can make me stronger.
You cannot be serious!
What's there to be so surprised about? Well, look at Velvet. She's already eaten countless demons.
You're ridiculous!
He's right. If it helps me find my vengeance, I don't care.
Velvet! Wait, are you really going to do it?
Relax. It's not gonna happen. Becoming a monster wouldn't bother me. But when I defeat my rival, I have to be myself for it to mean anything. It's the same for Velvet.
It is?
Besides, if I kill a previous victor of the ritual, I'll have proved myself strong enough not to need the extra power.
You're ridiculous.
Ja. Okay, passt. So, schauen wir uns noch weiter in Titania um, weil irgendwo muss ja dieser kopflose Ritter sein, ne? Also schauen wir uns mal um. Vielleicht finden wir ihn. Gehen wir mal dahin, wo wir waren. Wo wir eingesperrt waren. Falls ich noch weiß, wo das war. So. Ah, ich kann mich noch erinnern, wie lange ich gebraucht habe, um den Stufe Rot-Dämonen hier zu finden. Halleluja. Das war der letzte, der mir gefehlt hat. Ich habe uns eigentlich gefunden. Ja, da ist er ja.
The Headless Knight!
He must be the product of the venomization.
Well, he definitely looks vicious enough.
Not as vicious as our Velvet, though.
Ja.
Where's his voice even coming from?
I don't know. Look inside.
Ja, vielleicht von ihm drinnen. Oder von der komischen Kugel, die da noch bei ihm ist. Ja, aber das ist doch alles angenehmer. Ich wollte eigentlich auf Easy spielen, als wir es angefangen haben. Warum dachte ich denn normal wäre eine gute Idee? Ich denke, wir müssen die Elemente anbringen, empfindlich ist. Natürlich ist doof. Aber finde ich schon mal raus. Ja. Muss mir mein Geldbeutel holen. Ich brauche das Geld doch.
Well, that takes care of that.
Yeah.
I feel something again.
More malevolence?
No, another Earth Pulse point. It must be on this island.
I sense it too. It's very close.
Directly underneath us, I would guess.
In der Zelle, in der wir waren.
What is this place?
Welcome to the most secure cell in the entire complex. The darkest hole in Titania. Feel anything, Laphicet?
Yeah, I think this is the Earth Pulse point.
If this cell is where the Earth Pulse point is, then does that mean it housed a Therion?
Yeah. And a real hungry one at that. Every day, they would toss demons into its cell. It would devour its fill, then wipe the blood from its lips. Never once realizing, it was delivering to Inominat the malevolence of hundreds of demons and prisoners. And then one day, there appeared before it a female Moloch, who shattered the barrier and freed the Therion from its cage. But the Therion knew no mercy, and it devoured its liberator. And it was then...
Auch nur, weil sie halb tot war.
It was then I obtained the power. The power to avenge my brother.
Velvet, you're a Therion?
Ah, was? Hat sie doch gesagt.
This prison island was a feeding ground for the Therion, harnessing the malevolence created by the prisoners within.
But because Velvet escaped, the malevolence went out of control.
Wow, the same darn thing that happened back in Kamawana's village.
Lord Artorias would never have done such a thing.
No? What's so unbelievable? That he used his wife's brother as a human sacrifice? That he imprisoned his wife's sister? Because that's what your damned holy shepherd did! All to get his hands on Inominat's power!
I'm sure he had a reason for...
A reason? To spare the world of its pain? Don't give me that! Who will spare my brother's pain? Who will soothe my brother's despair? He murdered my little brother Laffy! And you'll stand there and tell me it was for the greater good? At any rate, that's one less Therion for us to track down.
Velvet.
Help! Eleanor! Kamoana?
What? Did Velvet yell at you so hard you're starting to hear voices now?
I have a feeling something's wrong. Kamoana could be in danger.
But we already beat the Headless Knight.
I still can't shake this feeling. Please, let's go back and check on them.
Ja, wir gehen zurück. Da geht's lang. Erst besuchen, wo ich hinaus muss, ne? So, dann gehen wir wieder die ganzen Treppen hoch und dann noch... Gegen den komischen... durch die komischen Gänge mit den Monstern. Na, noch ein Boss, dann haben wir es endlich hinter uns mit den...
So, Velvet is a Therion, is she? I knew there was something off about her.
But it's what she cried out that's really on my mind. Laphicet, is Velvet truly Lord Artorias' younger sister?
She never told me.
If it were true, I suppose it would explain her knowledge of Lord Artorias' training.
If you're so curious, why not ask her yourself? Hey, Velvet, what's your connection to Artorias?
Rokuro, have some tact!
I heard you whispering. Doesn't bother me. Artorias was married to my late sister, Celica. He was our brother-in-law. We lived together for more than 10 years.
That does explain a few things.
So he sacrificed his little brother and turned his sister into a Therion.
But... you were his family.
To his view of the grand scheme, family is inconsequential. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. All he did was act according to his ideal logic. Well, enough chit-chat. Let's get moving.
Ja. Ich sag jetzt mal nichts dazu, ne? Ob das wirklich so gut ist. Im Sinne von allen zu handeln und nicht von einem Einzelnen. Wer weiß. Kann ich nicht sagen. Machen wir uns lieber auf die Suche nach Kamuan und eilen ihr zur Hilfe. Weil die hat ja ganz bestimmt Probleme, sonst hätte Eleanor sie ja nicht schreien gehört, ne?
So it turns out that Velvet is a Therion who consumes malevolence.
And too much malevolence is what changes people into demons. Strong enough malevolence can persist after the person who created it dies, turning their corpse or spirit into a raging monster. That's how undead and phantom demons come about.
Then the demons Velvet killed turned back into humans because she devoured their malevolence.
Yeah, and consequently, they avoided becoming undead or anything like that.
So she saved them. Well, I mean, a corpse is a corpse, of course.
Do you think she could devour only the malevolence and turn a living demon human again?
Unfortunately, that's impossible due to malevolence's self-reinforcing nature. When Therions are connected to Inominat through an Earth Pulse point, they seem to be able to absorb small concentrations of malevolence from the surrounding area, and inhibit the creation of new demons. But any human who builds up enough malevolence to turn into a demon will keep producing malevolence as long as they live.
That's right. To devour any malevolence, I need to cut it off at the source. That's how my powers work.
Velvet, I'm sorry.
I don't mind it. Actually, I find it convenient. This way, I'll never forget my hatred for Artorias.
Plus, as long as you stay away from an Earth Pulse point, you get to keep the power of any malevolence you consume.
Fuel for my hatred, yes.
Praktisch für Velvet. Sehr praktisch sogar. Müssen wir jetzt da hoch? Titania ist etwas... Ja, wir sollten richtig sein. Ich sag jetzt mal verwoben. Ne? Ich glaube jetzt da raus, wenn mich nicht alles täuscht. Ich kenne mich nie auf Titania. Ja.
That was Kamoana!
Ich kenne mich nie auf Titania aus.
Eleanor! You really came back for me.
A promise is a promise, sweetheart.
A headless knight and a horse demon.
Du
It's
Lacher.
giving off a ton of malevolence.
Dem Pferd fehlt auch der Kopf.
This must be the true survivor of the venomization process.
Oh, I get it! The dying exorcist lady wasn't saying Headless Knight is back. She was going for Headless Knight on horseback.
Whatever the case, we'll fight whoever we have to claim this island.
So. Das leckt doch. Sei doch, du Lachen!
I can't help but wonder how the horse's name.
Get close and look if you're that curious.
Also sei nicht so gemein zu Laffy-Set, Mann! Wie heißt der? Geh halt näher ran. Du weißt, dass Laffy-Set sterben wird, wenn er näher rangeht, ne?
Dark and light. Obvious. Gaze upon the fire immune. Fireman! Gaze upon the fire immune.
Light beguile!
Make a strike.
How's that?
Ready to feel the threat.
Oh Gott.
Make a strike. No escape.
38.000 habt ihr. Ah, kein Problem. Gleichzeug ich. Nicht. Lavi oder Magilo austauschen. Nenne sie abwechselnd Kriegsart. Und mit dem dritten Nahkämpfer brauchen wir doch weniger Zeit, als wenn wir 2 Magier drin haben. Auch wenn ich Lavi und Magilo gerne drin habe. Für so einen Kampf sind beide nicht gerade die besten. Aber Magilo hat natürlich eine bessere Heilung als Lavi selbst. Immerhin hat den Circle. Ja, jetzt gibt es ja auch verschiedene Angriffe ein, das ist noch nicht für den einen. Alles kein Problem. Au, au, au. Ey! Warum hat das jetzt... Aufladen. Ach, Fisch. Ah! Okay. Das war ein Laser. So, der hat gerade was gefroren. Gut, halt dann eben den. Wie hast du mich jetzt getroffen? Ich war hinter dir. Oh ja. Ich verstehe, dass ich auf den komischen Magie drauf habe. Au! Bin ich schon dabei, wenn ich schon gerade eine Gelegenheit habe, ein Ding zu benutzen. Meine Therion. Lass doch einfach deine verdammten Viecher bei dir. 2 Stück! Ja. Jesus!